Welcome back to my channel, guys. Please enjoy my review of the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop Full Coverage Foundation. So again, you are here for the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop Full Coverage Foundation. And if you didn't know, this foundation was launched in collaboration with the YouTuber Alyssa Ashley. She is fabulous, and I haven't met her in person, but she seems like a really awesome person. So definitely go over and check out her Instagram and her YouTube account. I picked up the color Mocha in this foundation, and I picked mine up from my local Ulta store. It launched on the 21st in stores, and it retails for $14.99. So it is a drugstore price point, a little pricier than a drugstore price point, but it's NYX, so I consider it drugstore. This foundation did launch with 45 shades, so that is really phenomenal. I'm just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and there are so many different colors for dark skin tones. I'm gonna pop a picture up in the screen right now so that you can see the color range and see what we're working with here. So this foundation also launched with a primer, and I'm sorry I'm looking down at my phone so that I can give you the exact specifications. The primer retails for $13.99 as well, and the primer is called the Can't Stop, Won't Stop Matte Primer. It reminds me of the Becca Ever Matte Primer. I mean, it is almost the same primer. I will say that it's slightly thicker in texture than the Ever Matte Poreless Primer, but if you have that one, don't bother buying this one because it does the exact same thing. So online, the details for this primer say NYX Professional Makeup's Can't Stop, Won't Stop Matte Primer will always go to the matte for you. This comfortable formula preps your complexion for super smooth foundation application and a matte finish. Just spread the creamy primer evenly over the skin and gently tap to set it. I disagree that this primer's comfortable, and I think that they should do a little bit more explaining online about how this primer actually feels on the skin. It is extremely matte, and you only need to use a tiny bit of this primer. So I kind of feel a certain way about them not really letting you guys know that, because if you are dry or even if you're dehydrated, don't put this primer all over your face. Just concentrate it in areas where you have large pores and where you tend to get super shiny, because girl, she matte. She real matte. So back to the specifications for the actual foundation. Like I said, it did launch in 45 shades, and the description on Ulta is as follows: lightweight, waterproof, and pigmented AF. It says that. NYX Professional Makeup's Can't Stop, Won't Stop Full Coverage Foundation hustles as hard as you do. This comfy liquid formula comes in 45 flattering tones that don't transfer. Every creamy shade glides on smooth, delivering matte coverage and color that stays true for up to 24 hours. This little overachiever also works to control shine and mattify your complexion all day long. It is also non-comedogenic and suitable for normal, oily combination and sensitive skin types. I would like to note that it does not say that it is for dry skin. However, Alyssa Ashley is actually dry, so she said that this foundation works for her, and I would agree that if you are dry, just make sure that your skin is super moisturized and hydrated before you even think about putting this foundation on. Trust me on that. So another thing that I would like to mention about this foundation is it is only available in Ulta. You're not going to find this in your Walgreens or in your Walmart or Target or anything like that. Not right now. This foundation does have 1 fluid ounce of products in it, which is standard for pretty much all foundations, so it's a great deal at $14.99. I don't have any of their brushes or the sponge, which I did see the sponge. I just am gonna stick with what I know. I'm gonna use a flat kabuki brush to apply this, and then I'm gonna go in with my trusty body blender from Real Techniques line. Now, I did want to mention that because this foundation is so matte, I am going to go in with the OG primer, okay? Now, there are plenty primers on the market besides the primer that they're selling with this that are hydrating and that I personally think will prep your skin better for this foundation, but I'm trying to stick with a affordable drugstore, really accessible product. So today I have decided to prep my skin with the Nivea Men's Shaving Balm. Yes, honey, we're going back there. And I did want to share with you guys, for anybody who has not watched my videos before, I am combination dehydrated skin. So I really need hydration. However, I do get oily. And if anybody was interested in how I do my brows, I have several videos out there already on me doing my brows before I did makeup. So, and I'll link a video right here that you can look at how I do my brows. Okay, so we are all zoomed in, and I hate to have to repeat myself every video, but for those of you who haven't watched my foundation videos before, I do want to let you know that I do struggle with my foundations going gray around the jawline. So I have already color corrected around my jawline because she don't need no 5 o'clock shadow. We ain't talking about that today. I'm gonna shake it a little bit, and I'm pumping for like 5 years. By the way, it takes a lot to get this out. Like I feel like I've been pumping for
5 minutes. Nothing is hurting. Like seriously, I know one of these times it's just gonna squirt out, but this is annoying.
Okay. I think I feel like, no.
Stop. Just stop. I've been pumping. Nothing's coming out. Okay.
I noticed when I was trying to unscrew this, it doesn't open. You cannot just unscrew this in case you want to. But after I did that, it did start to come out and give you a nice up close view. As you can see, it's not very runny. Looking a little yellow on camera. Okay, so that's one side. Okay, so I'm on that same pump. It feels very lightweight. The coverage is really good considering how lightweight it feels. So I'm gonna do a small pump, and I'm gonna try to build up coverage right here along my mouth. I look super yellow on camera, like mad yellow. And I'm just using my Real Technique sponge to blend the rest of this out. It dries down pretty fast in my opinion. Okay guys, so she's a little yellow. Okay, yeah, you get the idea. It's actually quite mustard looking. The next shade deeper is called Deep Rich, and it says it's deep with pink undertones. And I remember when I tried that on, I felt like it was a bit too red for me. And another thing to note is that they did say to follow your Total Control Drop Foundation color, that they are the same. Without knowing, I actually did choose the same color. So this is Mocha in the Total Control Drop formula as well. And I'm just gonna do a swatch on my hand so that you guys can see. Total Control Drop obviously is the runnier of the two. I feel like the Total Control Drop Foundation is a smidge more orange red. I also wanted to mention that as this dries, I can feel it getting super matte. Like I can feel it kind of absorbing the excess oil in my face. And I was extremely hydrated. I put on a hydrating mist, my hydrating water essence. I used a serum. I used a hydrating moisturizer, and I used this. I'm still feeling a little tight. I'm gonna use a little bit of the Makeup Revolution concealer in C16 because it is in a neutral tone.
I know this is not fair, but I had to try to balance this out because I look mad yellow, like jaundice.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and conceal Maybelline Fit Me concealer in number 30 Cafe Bin 9 Neutral Set Colorless Powder. Right here feels so incredibly dry, so I need to hurry up and remove that off of my under eye. I really shouldn't even be baking, but I'm talking. And today I'm going to be using the So AE Revitalizing Rose Mist, and no matter how many times I sprayed my face, I still feel a little dry. So I'm going to go off camera, do the rest of my makeup, and then I'm going to come back and we are going to wrap this thing up. Okay guys, so I am back. Obviously I have all my makeup on. I'm still looking a little yellow compared to my body. And when I looked at my bathroom lighting, I felt like I looked a little bit washed out compared to the rest of my body. So on camera, I think that I've gotten it to look as balanced as it's going to be. Now, I do want to let you guys know that I didn't exactly come right back. I've actually had this foundation on for several hours now. So this is the foundation. I gotta say that I kind of like the way that it looks. I think it looks quite flawless considering the fact that it was so yellow in the beginning. The foundation is definitely super matte, and I cannot even imagine using that primer with this. I just don't think it's necessary. If you are extremely oily, or if your pores are really large, you might want to consider buying that primer to just fill in the areas that you need it, but not all over. So I'm just putting that out there. I literally drenched my face in hydrating mist and it sucked up every ounce of that moisture. Now granted, I think it looks pretty good. It still feels dry. Now, I've only had it on for 3 hours, but I mean, that's 3 hours. I'm definitely gonna go back and probably grab the next shade down. If you are mocha in the control drop formula, you might really wanna consider going up a color. It looks really good. My only complaint about it is that it feels a little uncomfortable. For my dry skin girls, girl, if I were you, I would really use a heavy moisturizer and also a hydrating primer. I would not use anything that's mattifying. I wouldn't use anything that's supposed to reduce pores or reduce shine or any of that, because this bad boy is not playing with you. So with that being said, final word on this foundation is absolutely, I would recommend it, especially for my oily girls, my combination skin girls, and my normal skin. Regardless of what type of skin that you have, make sure that you're hydrated, like I said. I feel like you could live without the primer, honestly. Definitely a thumbs up for the performance of this foundation and the look of this foundation. Would I wear this foundation again? Absolutely. So I have come back on a different day, different wig, different everything, y'all. I wanted to insert this clip because I felt like this review would not be complete without this information. I went back to Ulta and I picked up shade Cocoa. A lot more orange or red compared to the other shade that I had before, which I believe was Mocha. Used the foundation today. I applied it with a beauty blender. So what I've done today was I mixed equal parts of the matte strobe cream and peach light with the foundation. And I feel like that actually really helped to keep the foundation from getting super matte on me. Besides that, I wanted to say that I actually have been wearing this foundation since about 8:30 this morning, and it's about 3 o'clock p.m. I see that the foundation match anyway is way better than the original foundation that I tried. Make sure that you're following me at GlamPreezy on Instagram, and there's nothing more to say. It's definitely an accessible foundation, great price point, great formula, hydrate. That's all I got to say. So thank you guys so much for tuning into my channel for another review. Please comment down below. It actually makes me feel so happy because I put a lot into this and I really am only here for you guys. So definitely let me know what your thoughts are. Subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Thumbs this video up if you found it helpful, girl. Oh, girl. Cut a mustache.